G'day everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to the Longwood Gem Museum and I set a target of spending $50, no more than $50, maybe $51 or $52, depends how it rounds out, because I'm quite intrigued about some of these reality TV shows, particularly when it comes to mining gems. And there is one show that's called Outback Crystal Hunters. Some of the prices they're talking about on the open market, and these gems are usually sold to the hippie crystal industry, just ridiculous. So I'll be buying some fascinating material. I'm not into hippie crystals. For those people who believe that crystals have some magical power, well, you know, look, everyone has a faith and a belief in something, so good luck to them. I don't particularly think crystals have healing powers, but hey, you never know. But I'm going to buy some to facet, and I just want to see what the prices are. I haven't bought any for a long time, so I want to sort of see if this is actually true, whether some of these crystals, whether it's citrine or topaz, whatever I find today, are really expensive. And maybe we can sort of debunk a few of these myths. Anyway, obviously the rain's getting a bit heavier, and I'll catch you later when I get to the museum. So here we are at the Longwood Gem Museum. They call it the Rockery, but as you come in, it's really nice. You get to walk through this really nice garden, and you get to see all these interesting rocks and minerals and gems along the way, and of course a dinosaur. So this is the house, and it's really nice inside. So we'll go and see what I can find today, and hopefully I get to buy some really nice gems. So here we have Maury, the owner of the Rockery at the Longwood Gem Museum, and we're going to be looking at some of these amethysts, and $1. A lot of them will have cracks in them, some might be able to cut as gems, who knows, but this is what you can buy. You know, if you're a kid or an adult, you know, it's all this is part of, as you can see, a collection of things that he'll have for sale. So look at this. And where do you get this from, Maury? What country does it come from?
It comes from South Africa.
So there you go. It's amazing.
Two young chaps own mines and their parents, and they're allowed to bring semi-precious stone in the rough to promote it. And then when they finish promoting it, they bring it to me to get first look. I'd be the only bloke in Australia that would have premium quality natural citrine and the best amethyst I've ever seen in 60 years of collecting and cutting.
Well, it looks good, and I guess if you're a gem cutter or you want to buy some amethyst to tumble, or just has as a specimen in your collection, I mean, there's nothing wrong with this. So I'm going to have a look at the bigger ones later, and it's really interesting because, as you know, you probably saw a show called Outback Crystal Hunters.
Yeah.
Have you noticed some of the prices they're putting on topaz and just some of the crystals in general?
Over the top.
Exactly, and actually I said that like as a preview, like before I started this video, I thought it was a bit over the top. But the reality is that you can buy things cheaper from people like Maury or from other suppliers. But look at the colour of that. I've seen the colour of this is as good as any colour amethyst you can buy from overseas.
It's the best I've seen in 60
it is nice.
years.
You know, a lot of them will have inclusions and things like that, but at the end of the day, I'm bound to find a nice gem in there, and gee, I reckon they would tumble up well too, if you're into tumbling.
Top of the list is the colour.
The colour is superb, isn't it? And even these ones here, you know, 50 cents and $1. So yeah, look, this is what you can buy in gemstone museums. You don't need to go out digging for them or watching TV to find out what they're worth. I think the reality is these, you know, these are the prices here.
The only thing you can't buy when you buy from me is the thrill of the find.
That's true. And I fosset myself, and when you find something yourself, it has a lot more importance. Particularly,
it's special.
Yeah. And you find something, and say if you're a gem cutter like myself, if you find something in the ground and it's happened to be something beautiful like this, and you cut it yourself, it has a fairly big meaning, like it's a little bit of nostalgia, it has importance and has significance because you found it from the ground to the time you go faceting it. It's pretty amazing. Anyway, thank you for that, Maury, and I'm going to have a bit of a look through some of these. I've set a limit of $50. I'm going to see what I can buy for $50 from...
Put a knot on the end of it.
Yeah, I don't think my wife would like that, because I wish I was a millionaire, but unfortunately I'm just a middle class working
Friend
guy.
gave me a bit of gold advice. Maury, he said, if you're buying things, remember, set yourself a budget. Don't overspend, because the guilt will take away the joy you hope to get for your stone.
Exactly. Well, anyway, thank you, Maury, for...
Pleasure.
You know, that's good. I think that, like, the viewers really enjoy seeing, you know, a real video from a real guy who sells real gems. None of this reality TV stuff.
Down to earth.
Yep. So I'm going to get this one for $1. Looks a bit rough on the outside, but on the inside it's actually good. So we found a couple of these ones here, $1 each, and this one 50 cents. So it comes out of that, and this one here for $1. So now I'm going to have a look for all these, and they're $3 a gram. So we'll see how we go. So we'll go for all these, probably go for the smaller ones, see what happens, see what I find. So I've been through this pile here, and we're going to look at some African citrine, and we're looking at $3 a gram, and I reckon that is such a nice piece there. Just the colour, just beautiful. So I'm going to weigh that up and see how I go. So far we've got these big pieces of rose quartz, which I'm not going to facet. I'm going to just sort of hand facet them, just freeform facet, and we've got some really nice bits of amethyst. Get in focus. Later on we'll have a closer look at home. But they should facet some nice gems. So as I said, I'm going to only buy $50 worth. Bit of zoning on the outside, but that should do okay, I reckon. Okay, so they'll facet up well. So this one's got a bit of a cleavage through it. Unfortunately, it was a nice piece, but I can see it's not quite right. Hang on, I'll get another torch. So, a bit of a cleavage running through this. A bit hard to see, but it's definitely in there, which is unfortunate. So I want to keep these to facet. It's a bit hard to see, but it's sort of running down the centre here. Yeah. Real shame, because that's a nice colour. Oh, there you can see it. About $3 a gram. This back half is pretty good, but this thick piece towards the end where it terminates is not good enough. Bit unfortunate. So we'll have a look at the other pieces. So this piece here that I got out of the other room is really nice, and that's big enough to facet. So that's from Africa. A little bit at the end, a bit of a waste, but that's okay. Still will cut a nice gem. Okay, I'll weigh that up in a minute, and this one here is also a nice piece, also a bit lighter. That'll be a good one to get. So I'm up to $39. So we've got these bits at these bits here, so $3 a gram. So I'm up to about $41, and I've got a really cheap piece of citrine for $2 off Maury, and I might buy some crystals. You can see all the prices. And by the way, have a look at what Maury's made. This is out of rose quartz. This is unreal. I love it. So I want to sort of do some pre-form of this stuff. Beautiful, really nicely done. Look at that one. Just free-form stuff. Just do it by hand. Really nice. Dollar pieces of rose quartz. $2 pieces and $3 pieces. So we've got $1 piece of rose quartz, which is nice, pretty clear too. Gonna grab some crystals for $2 each. Oh, that one's $1. Can't go wrong. Ametrine. Thing about ametrine, it's got to be half and half when you cut them. We just mentioned that to Maury, but like a bit like that, you might get the end. Have to look at have a closer look at them. Ametrine's quite expensive. You can get a quality piece. Yeah, we'll have to have a look at that, Maury. That one might do okay, I don't know. Find out. Just turn the light off for a minute if you can. Just turn the light off for a moment. Sorry? Can you just turn the light off? We'll have a look. Back it off. Okay, let's check some out. Okay, I had $5 left over, and this is for my wife. Look at $5 for that.
Yep.
Awesome. It's a pendant for my wife. Malachite. That sounds great. That's it. Okay. Well, I'll go and get the other stuff, and then
You can have either that or a generator pendant.
no, this one I really like. Awesome. Okay, I'll grab the other stuff, and then I'll start heading off.
These are all going out at $5, see? But I like the heart much better.
Yeah, I actually like this better. Yeah, I agree. Oh, grab that. Thanks, Molly. Thank you.
Cool. Happy?
Yeah, excellent. Well, go and grab this other stuff, and we'll head off. $50 worth. So I'm back home now and weighing up the gems that I had to pay per gram. I bought 10 grams worth of amethyst and some citrine, and they came to a grand total of $30. So just a little tip, try to buy your gems by grams, not carat weight. If you were to buy them by carat weight, the same gems would cost you $51. So over here we have the gems that I paid $1 each for on the left, the two bigger ones, and the smaller one was 50 cents. I think I rounded these gems out to $1 each. So that was another $3. So far we have a combined total of $33. So then Maury later on came out from the back and he produced some pieces of very nice rose quartz. And I'm going to freeform these two large pieces. And I also found a smaller piece. So the two larger pieces cost $3 per piece, and the small piece was $1. So that's another $7. They were not sold by grams. So the total so far is $40. And then I found a couple of small crystals. One was $2, and then the smaller piece that I'm holding now was $1. So we're up to $43. And by the way, these are really nice terminations on these gems. Now you might remember there was a piece of citrine that was included, and I wasn't going to buy it, but Maury offered it to me for $2. So I should be able to cut a really nice emerald cut out of this. So we're up to $45. And last but not least was this pendant that I bought for my wife, made out of malachite, coming from South Africa. So all up, I paid $50. So this gives you a pretty good idea of what I've paid for these crystals and gems in Australia. A combined total $50, which I don't think is too bad. So all this stuff you see on TV is just nonsense. Thanks for watching.